Listen, I want to talk about business today. A lot of people out there, especially in the pepper community, because that's where our business is based. A lot of people are asking about LLCs, how to open LLCs, what's the process of product, and everything like that. Now, everybody thought my wife and I were crazy when we opened up in Gardner. They thought we were nuts. We opened it at the beginning of COVID, and we made a business out of super hot peppers. Now, my comments aren't staying on, so there they are. What's going on, Terry? It's up Miller time, late for work. I don't have the apron on, late for work. I was going to put one on, but I don't have it on right now. So I wanted to talk about a whole bunch of things. Now we're going to start using our YouTube more and expanding into educational videos, especially with growing and lighting and just different methods that Ink Gardener uses for growing. And a lot of people hide their secrets. A lot of people hide their secrets on what's going on, and we don't really hide anything because honestly, the pepper community is this big, and the competition, we don't see anybody as competition. We're always willing to help everybody out and to do everything. So once, listen, if you're going to start a business, first things first, right off the bat, you need your LLC, you need insurance. Depending on what you're doing within, like with us, we're licensed growers, distributors. We make products. We're licensed all over the United States to sell products. There's so much that goes into it. And if I knew how much that went into it, listen, I own a construction company all my life. Very easy when the customers are paying for material um, because you're fronting the money for product. Even though you're building revenue and it's paying for product, when your business startup goes on, you're paying for product. You're paying for everything. And there's a lot that comes with it. A lot that comes with it. So, first things first, you need to get your LLC. You can do that through the various websites. You can have a company do it for you. It's really easy. There's like LegalZoom and things like that, and they make it very easy and the process easy for you. Insurance, easy. Here's the thing: don't sleep on it. If you say you're going to do it, just do it. It don't cost that much. It really doesn't. Just do it. And then that will be your first step to help you progress in the steps that you want to take. Now, with Tammy and I, we're very diverse in the pepper community. People don't understand. We are fully licensed, fully insured, fully legit for everything. Um, we started off growing. When we started this business, we went through a lot of different trials and errors. We started off growing, we were selling live seedlings, and you have to see where the industry takes you. The numbers that you need to remember is that over the next, I don't even know how many years, till 2028, the projection and growth of the pepper industry is at 7.2, like 7.2, 7.3. That's the projection till 2028. It was that way till 2022 until they just recently changed it. That's the main number you need to focus on. Uh, so I don't pay attention to comments that much, so I'm just letting you know. And I am going to try to continue the videos late for work because there's people don't understand the amount of work that goes into it. So, prime example, we sell product, we sell everything like that. You know how many receipts like this, like stacks and stacks of just receipts sitting around because, obviously we have to do our taxes, so everything has to be written off, and these are shipping receipts and things like that. So it's just stacks of receipts. But here's the way it goes. So if you're going to sell pods, that's one thing. That's one set of licenses. One way to do things. Selling pods are very easy but lucrative because a grower's come a dime a dozen. Unless you don't provide a great product and fast shipping and fresh pods, you're never going to get anywhere. Um, then hot sauces. Let's just say product itself. Okay. So I have here a few different products, hot sauces, marinara, dried pods, just dried pods itself, right? So forget, okay, so drying the pods, that's the easy part. Dehydrator, drying them, growing them is really the hard part. Easy part is drying them out. Packaging. Packaging costs money. Labels cost money. Two labels cost even more money. UPCs, nutrition panels. Nutrition panels are huge. UPC codes, more money. Everything, when they tell you that it takes money to make money, it's the God's honest truth. Okay. And you don't realize how much until you get deep into it. And once you're that deep into it, there's no turning back. When you have a lot of money invested into your business, there's just no turning back at all. You have to drive forward, and you can't get discouraged, and you can't give up. A lot of people will get discouraged and just dump everything and lose everything, and it's not the way it is. You have to stay ahead of the game. You always have to stay ahead of the game. What's up, Phil? And guys, listen, like I said, I'm going to start doing a lot of these videos. Please get people to subscribe. We don't really use our YouTube much because we're old fashioned. We've been going live before you can even go live on Facebook. I mean, we're downloading videos and doing everything. And we used to have big YouTube channels, but for a while we just stayed off of social media. But now with the business and our growth, it's been crazy. I mean, everybody knows the direction Tammy and I have gone, especially just in the last few months with contracting growers all over the United States, World's Hottest Pepper, getting into stores and doing all this crazy stuff. And most people look at me, or they look at my wife, they see we're all tattooed up and rough around the edges, and they think, what do these guys know about business? Well, I've owned my own business since I was 17. Tammy has owned her own business since, for the last, I don't even know, 20-some years. So, we do know a thing or two. The pepper business, although different, products different, I'll tell you what, it's all the same, no matter what. You can use all your tactics and everything you learn throughout life and use them towards business, especially with promotion and lives and doing everything like that. You have to utilize what you know. Believe it or not, I'm actually very educated. I may not look it. I actually have a degree in business administration that I probably will never use because I already own businesses. The only reason I took it and I got a degree in it was because I own businesses and it was easy. But like I said, when it comes to business itself, a lot of you guys are on here, have your own companies. I can't really see comments. So a lot of you guys have your own companies. Where are you? Are you hobbyists? Are you just selling on Facebook and on different platforms and making extra income? Or are you ready to step it up to the next notch? And you're ready to get your business license and ready to get different licenses to actually go forward. And they're not expensive. The most expensive thing is your product itself. And that's where you got to break it down. And that's where price comes from. And everybody tries to haggle. Everybody's cheap, especially in today's economy. And the government has been beating us up. And I'm not making this political, but we're getting beat regardless. We're getting taxed. Product has to go high. Shipping's high. USPS is high. And you really have to know the value of your product. What are you going to sell it for? What does it cost you? What does it cost you per bottle, per label, the ingredients? You have to break everything down to come up with a fair price, not just for the customer, but for yourself. And that's difficult in itself because a lot of people don't have the ability to be able to do that. So they're hiring financial advisors and things like that. And I seen it the other day on Facebook. Someone was asking about a financial advisor. Listen, you cannot have a financial advisor in the pepper business, okay? And here's why. The pepper business is always changing direction. A financial advisor cannot give you projections except for the projections you can get right online at a 7.2, 7.3% growth rate. That's just the way it works. A financial advisor cannot project the sales of your product just because in your stores, what promotion do you have? Do your labels stand out above everything else? Are you seen? Are you known? How's your social media platform? Are you utilizing, SEO, which is search engine optimization? Are you utilizing different platforms to promote and to advertise? That's what builds your business. No financial advisor, regardless of how much information he has, if he's not in the business, he cannot give you a projection rate. I want to put that right out there. It can't be. The dynamic of the pepper community is always changing. Okay, so the pepper is utilized from growth, harvest on. Everything could be sold, every part of the pepper. A lot of people, if pods, are going bad, they throw them in the garbage, whatever. They don't dehydrate them. That's one step. You could do everything with a pepper. You can take the pepper, you can harvest the seeds, you can dehydrate it, you can make product out of it, you can sell it for product, you can sell powder, you can sell dry pods, you can sell everything. Prime example, dry pods, they sell like hotcakes. It's just the way it is. Every single sauce guy out there, and these are small bags, wants dry pods or powders because there's so much product you can make. And the thing is you have to decide how much you want to work because success just don't come on its own. And if you aren't working every day, and I posted a meme this morning about rent being due. It is due every day if you want success, and you got to push forward. And even no matter how hard you push, you may not succeed. You're going to fail a million times before you succeed. To go into stores, you may get 100 no's before you get one yes, but all you need is a chance. It's like me and Tammy. The only thing that holds us back ever within Gardner is finance. Okay. And it's not finance and making product and doing everything. It's progressing to the level we want to progress. Guinness, prime example, $28,000 for an agitator for our pepper. We know we have the world's hottest pepper. People worldwide are starting to hear about Pepper D. Like we know what we have. We know it's the hottest pepper in the world. But that title, that Guinness Book title, that's what holds you back, and the money for it. Because I have to be honest, am I going to take $28,000 for an agitator, or I'm going to take $28,000 and invest it into my business to grow my business beyond what it is now? In the long run, would Guinness be better? Possibility. You never know. It's a crapshoot. But I know I can progress my business with $28,000, not worrying about Guinness, and know where I can take it. Whether it be with packing companies, which we don't use because all our products are natural. There's no preservatives and there's no xanthan gum or fillers or anything in here. You have to see the direction that you want to take it. And I know I'm rambling and I'm talking, but this should make you think about your company, about where you want to be. Do you want to stick with one thing? Because sticking with one product isn't going to bring you here. Okay, because the pepper community changes every day, and the popularity and the fad changes every day, from sauces to tinctures to pods to this to that, depending on the season. Everything changes constantly, and if you can't keep up with the Joneses, you're gonna stay plateaued at where you are. You're never gonna progress. You know what I'm saying? And in this business, it's all about progression. No matter how slow, it doesn't matter. As long as every day you're progressing, regardless of what it is. Prime example. As long as every day you're progressing. So I make all my own labels because I do a better job than most label companies. Honestly, I'm sorry. The label companies are very plain, and it's hard to find good label companies, and they're overpriced, right? So prime example of what we do here, besides making product, drying product, going through the whole entire process, then, oops, sorry, you don't want to see my ugly face that close. But then we get to things like, let's see. Sorry, I'm trying to turn you guys around. My phone is all messed up. There you go. So you'll see all these different things, So down here, these are all my different label styles and everything that I create. And I create everything right here. And then here's my printing platforms and what I'm going to actually print. It's a lot of work, man. A lot of work. People don't realize just in creating a label. Now I do them pretty quick because I'm a little artistic. Here, prime example. Remember I told you about that barbecue sauce, that Reaper barbecue sauce? So here's just a prime example of designing different things. Now this is a big sheet because I wanted to make it big to blow it up and see how it's going to look. So prime example of making labels and different things that we do, Not only that, business cards, all that crap. Hey, what's up, Larry D? What's up, guys? Sorry, I'm not really paying attention. I'm rambling. I'll pay attention now. Now, if anybody has questions here, please ask, man. I'm like, believe it or not, Tammy's not even here. I'm a wealth of knowledge, useless knowledge, half of it. But if you guys ever need help or you need advice on what steps to take or what level to take your business, please reach out. I can't tell you what to do or how to do it. I can tell you what works for us. And if you can utilize it, you utilize it. You know what I'm saying? It's a very lucrative and tough business. If anybody told me how much actually went into the pepper business, a lot of these hobbyists you see, and they're selling things and they're making different products on Facebook, they don't even have any idea. I know that's sad to say, but they really don't. Until you get into the thick of it and you start investing the money, um, you don't realize how tough and cutthroat this business is. Um, oh, thanks, man. Yeah, the barbecue sauce. Here, let's. There we go. The barbecue sauce. Actually, this is our friend Buck. Um, one of our friends we've known for quite some time. He has the sweet bucking sauce, which is awesome, which is this sauce right here. And then we have a new Reaper sauce coming out that he created, and I'm just helping him out design labels. But he's got awesome bottles too. Love the bottles. They definitely stand out, from everything else. And he went with that old Western style, which I like, the old like whiskey bottle style, whiskey label, which is cool. We're a little louder, like with our labels. Obviously, you can see we're a little louder. We want to stand out on a shelf instead of being. A lot of people like to be classic, and I do like that look. I love the classic, plain look. But the problem is when it's on a shelf in a store, it doesn't stand out above everything else. It's just like beef jerky. Like when you go into a store and you see beef jerky, what label really stands out? Most of them are black and white and this and that. You never really see dry pods, but obviously our dry pods hanging up stand out above everything else. They're bright and they're loud, and that's what it's about. It's all about marketing. Honestly, it's about marketing. When you market your product, you want it to stand out above everything else. And a lot of these guys have crazy labels. I mean, crazy with Reapers and this and that. So much graphic. And believe it or not, even though they're cool to look at when it's in your face, when it's on a shelf, it kind of blends in itself and people don't get to see it. So their product doesn't sell that well. And sometimes it does. I mean, listen, if it's a good product, it's going to sell regardless what the label looks like. I mean, you can crap on a label, slap it on a bottle, and if the product's good, it's going to sell. People know about it. But before that process, you want your labels, you want everything to stand out. Everything you do in business, listen, there's always haters out there. There's always people who attack, right? But you have to be your own character. You have to not only sell your product, you got to sell yourself, regardless of who it's with, whether it's a CEO or a owner of a small business, whoever's going to carry the product. You have to sell yourself before you can even sell your product. Because if they have no interest in you, they're not going to have interest in your product, no matter how good it is. So you just have to be smart with business. But like I said, if anybody has how's a hobbyist become a business and be resourceful? Well, are you asking me? Is my wife actually asking me this, or am I missing a part of a conversation? Because I mean, how does a hobbyist become a business? You got to take that next step. I mean, if you got a good product and you're just making handwritten labels, but it's good and it's selling and it's got good reviews and people are loving it, you know. Oh, you're giving me a leading question. My wife is trying to coach me online. But to take that next step, honestly, like I said, first thing you need to do is you need to establish your business. Coming up with a name is the hardest thing. Coming up with a logo is the next hardest thing. Get your LLC, get your insurance, and you need to move it past that hobbyist stage. You're still going to be a hobbyist for a while unless you go to a co-packer. So if you have a great sauce and it's selling great, are you going to take that next step to a co-packer, or are you going to create the product on your own? And that's what you really need to figure out. I have a very, I'm very, how can I say this? With co-packers for certain basic sauces, it might be a good thing. But I don't trust them on certain levels like Mayo Merita. Mayo Merita is probably, actually, we just celebrated a year last month with Omerta. It's probably one of the best sauces I make. It's got a complex ingredients, and I don't know if I trust a co-packer to actually make it correctly, because people don't understand when you use certain ingredients in your product. Like let's take blackberries or for example, or um, raspberries, right? So the seeds are um, they're very bitter. So depending on the season, the product is going to taste differently. So you can have the weight of ingredients and make your sauce, but depending on the season, raspberries will have different tastes during the season. So you always have to tweak it, and you can't trust a co-packer to tweak it for you. They're going to make it according to ingredients and weights, and that's just the way they do it. So again, with like Omerta, which is a great sauce, if we get to the point where we can't keep up, we will have to kind of make it a limited edition or a seasonal because I can't trust a co-packer. I mean, I'll make and I'll drive as much as I have to. I will I will literally go through and through until I'm dead in the kitchen. But with a co-packer, it's tough with complex ingredients. Um, of course we got whatever. This is why I don't pay attention to comments. But whether it's a spammer or a troll, who cares? But I want everybody to come back on. I'm going to cut this video a little shorter now because I kind of started everything off. I want to do different segments because we're going to do different learning experiences and we're going to do different educational videos, but also the actual story of Tammy and I and how we came up with Ann Gardner and how we're the true story of starting from the ground up. And are we where we want to be? Absolutely not. We're not even close to where we want to be. But we are the true success story of investing every dollar and every penny we've ever made from Ink Gardner back into the business for the last 3 years. We have not taken one single paycheck and spent one penny of Ink Gardner. Everything has been reinvested. And the key to a successful business is it's not going to happen overnight and it takes time. So what you have to do, of course, is you're always going to have to work your normal job and your 9 to 5. You can't just quit overnight because you got bills to pay and families to take care of and kids to take care of. So you have to get to that point. So with that said, that's for another segment. Guys, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm not as fun as like Miller Time and stuff, going crazy eating hot peppers, but I kind of want to get down to the nitty gritty and tell you a lot of what people don't tell you. People will cheer you on or people will back you up or they won't. No one, everybody thought Tammy and I were crazy. We didn't have any backup. We've never taken a loan. We've never asked for anything from anybody. We kind of just do what we can do when we do it and grow it as big as we can grow the business with the means that we have. So with that said, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys soon. Everybody, thanks. I'll look through the comments, and that's why I have my wife on here. She likes to answer everything. But if anybody has any questions, feel free, man, anytime to just ask or message, and I can give you what knowledge I have or what Tammy has and what has worked for us. And it may not be the right path for you, but it's what has helped us. So everybody be good. Peace.